everyone, and welcome to my tiny kitchen. My name is Brennan Jacobs and I'm a dietetics major at the University of Kentucky. Fall is my favorite season of the year, and it's the harvest time for a lot of nutritious produce like squash, eggplants, apples, and Brussels sprouts. But if you're like me, when you think of fall, you think of one produce in particular: pumpkins. Pumpkins are an iconic symbol of fall and can add some color to your family dinner. A pumpkin is actually a fruit and is full of beta-carotene, a form of vitamin A. You can tell this from its orange color. With the leaves changing colors outside and the weather getting cooler, I love making a pot of soup for dinner. One of my favorite recipes for fall is this savory pumpkin soup because I can use it on pasta, as a sauce for meat, or as a soup just by itself. I start by adding a 1/4 cup of butter to a large saucepan. This may sound like a lot of butter, but this soup has 6 servings, so really it comes out to only 2 teaspoons per person, which is about 70 calories. First, I add a chopped onion, and then a clove of chopped garlic, and then I let that saute until the garlic is soft and the onions are translucent. It's okay if your onions are large and not really uniform sizes, because at the end of this recipe we're going to blend it all up. So after your onions and garlic have softened, you can add your spices. These spices are what really make this dish delicious. In here I have a teaspoon of curry powder, a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground coriander, and just a pinch of red pepper. So it's important to toast your spices in the pan before you add any liquid, because this really brings out their flavor. And the spices in this dish are really awesome because the curry and coriander are great antioxidants, and the red pepper is a great way to add, to just bring out the flavors in your dish. And you just want to add a pinch of it so it's not too spicy. Your spices have toasted for about a minute. You can now add the chicken stock. So this is 4 cups of chicken stock. Just be sure that whenever you're buying your chicken stock to make sure it's the low sodium kind. After you've added your low sodium chicken stock, let your soup boil gently uncovered for about 15 minutes. So after your soup has been boiling for 15 minutes, you can now add your half and half and pumpkin. I use 1 cup of half and half. It sounds like a lot, but really it only comes down to less than 3 tablespoons per person, which is about 50 calories. This is a 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree. You can by all means roast your own pumpkins, but I'm using this for sake of convenience. After you add your half and half and pumpkin puree, let the soup boil again for another 5 minutes. After your soup is boiled for another 5 minutes, this is where you'll now remove it from the heat. And if you have an immersion blender, you can use that to blend your soup to a creamy consistency. I have a magic bullet, so that's what I'm going to use. You can also use a food processor or a blender. This is my easy 1-pot recipe for a delicious and savory pumpkin soup. This soup is great on its own, but it's also versatile in that it can be used as a sauce for pasta or as a sauce for roasted meat like chicken. This recipe is a great way to utilize pumpkins during the fall season. Your family will love this savory dish and the meals you make with it.